Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football predictions of Betkraft. And today, it's another beautiful Sunday morning. And as usual, we have, our games, our daily games that we looked into. And before bringing forward for you, in a short while, we're looking at these games, taking a look at how these teams have performed in recent times and also their home and away perspective, before making our judgment in these very encounters. All right. And in a short while, we'll be looking at these teams one after the other. Now, we want to use the opportunity to ask those of us who are coming across our video for the first time that are yet to subscribe to our channel to kindly take our time to hit the subscription button right now so that you wouldn't be missing out on our subsequent games that comes up on this channel on a daily basis. Okay, have you done that? All right, thank you very much. All right, without further ado, let's head to the business of today. And today we are starting with the La Liga match between Girona and FC Barcelona. And as usual, we'll take a look at these two teams. Looking at Girona, the home side, who have actually been able to manage 2 victories in the past 6 encounters. They've also had 1 draw and also 3 losses in the past 6 games that they played out so far. And looking at FC Barcelona on the other hand, Barcelona have won the last 5 games they have played. They've had 1 draw as well. They've won 5 games out of the past 6 games, but with 1 draw as well. And Barcelona is a team that you could say that in fine form at the moment. But we know that Girona won Barcelona, with a very high margin of goals and last season in both home and away. So this time around, we're going to see a Barcelona side, taking a revenge on Girona. Let's see what happens. All right, looking at how these two teams have fared in recent times, we'll see that Girona have actually been able to manage 7 victories in the past 10 home games that they've played so far. They've actually had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. And looking at FC Barcelona, their away side, they've actually won 8 games from away and have lost 2 from away. And one of those 2 was their last was in May, where they lost out to Girona by 4 goals to 2. All right, and when you look at the head-to-head performances, the last 2 head-to-head performances for both sides have actually seen Girona winning on those 2 occasions, scoring 4-2, against Barcelona. That's a very huge result against Barcelona side. So Barcelona will be looking to, remedy this very situation in this very encounter, and we will expect to see, Barcelona side, who are in fine form at the moment, achieving a result against this Girona side. It is a win. That's what we expect in this very encounter. Barcelona to win. That's what we expect. And that will take us to the next game for today. It is actually in the Portuguese, Portuguese Cup match where we'll have a Sporting Braga who will be up against, Vitoria FC. Okay, and Sporting Braga who have actually won 4 games in the past 6. And they've actually had 2 draws, but Vitoria, on the other hand, their away side, have actually managed to achieve 5 victories, but losing 1 match in the past 6 recent encounters. When you look at how these 2 teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that Sporting Braga home side, it's a team that have actually been able to achieve 5 victories in the past 10 home games. They've actually had 3 draws as well as 2 losses. Okay, and the away side, Vitoria, have managed to achieve 6 victories for the past 10 away games. And they've actually lost 4 games in the past 10 away games they have so far. And when you look at how these 2 teams performed in the past head-to-head meetings, we saw Sporting Braga beating this side, but in May this by 3 goals to 2 from away. And prior to that, we also saw them playing out a 1-hour draw. And in this very encounter, we will expect to see a minimum of 2 goals appearing in this very encounter. It is an over 1.5. That's our body for that very account, and that takes us to the next, and it is in Italian Serie A. We'll have Monza who will be up against Inter Milan. Okay, Monza have actually won 1 game in the past 6 recent encounters. They've had 4 draws as well as 1 loss, and Inter Milan, on the other hand, have won 2 games, draw 3, as well as losing 1 game in the past recent 6 games for their away side. And when you look at how these 2 teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that playing from home, Monza have actually won only 2 matches in the past 10 home games, and they've had 3 draws as well as 5 losses in the past recent home matches that they've had. Out of the 10 home matches that they had, they have actually been able to manage only 2 wins, and those 2 wins were actually in club friendly. And looking at Inter, on the other hand, they've won 4 games from away. They've also had 4 draws, but have lost two games out of the past 10 away games that they played out so far. But we saw Inter, in the last Serie A match where they played out the 4-0 victory against Atalanta, and we will expect to see much more inspired in the side in this very encounter, seeing that the last time they met with Monza saw them playing out a 5-1 victory from away on that occasion. Prior to that, we also saw Inter defeating this side in August last year by 2-0. So it has always been Inter who always have the upper hand against this side. So we expect the away side, the league champions, Inter, to win out shortly this one. Away win, that's our verdict. And that takes us to the next, and it is in Switzerland Cup. We will have steady Jona is coming up against Basel. All right, Jona have managed 3 victories in the past 6 and have lost 3. And away side, on the other hand, FC Basel have actually managed to achieve 4 wins, 1 draw, as well as 1 loss in the last 6 recent encounters. And then when you look at how these teams have fared from home and away perspective, the home side steady Lyonnais have actually been able to manage 3 wins from home, and have actually had 2 draws, but have lost 5 games in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. And away side FC Basel have actually won 5 games in the last 10 away games, and have had 4 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 10 away fixtures. And taking a look at the last time they met, we saw Basel defeating this side from home by 2-0. But when you put all this together, we know that Basel is a top flight team, and we know how they're faring at the moment, and we do expect to see a win for their away side. If everything is being equal, it is the Basel that is expected to rise to the occasion and win out shortly this one. And we win, that's our verdict. And that takes us to the next, and it is in Denmark second division, where we have SKen who will be up against Nyhavn. And SKen have won in recent times. They have won 4 games in the past 6 and have lost 2 games as well. And when you look at Nyhavn's away side, have won 1 game, they've lost 4, and they've had 1 draw in the past recent 6 encounters. When you look at how these 2 teams have performed from home and away perspective, playing from home, you can see that the home side, SKen have won 6 matches in the past 10 home games, and they've had 3 losses as well as 1 draw in the past 10 home matches. All right, 60% of the home matches that they played so far have resulted to a win for the home side. And the away side, Nyhavn have managed just a single victory in the past 10 away games, and have had one draw, but have lost 8 games in the past 10 away games that they played so far. That tells you that 80% of the away matches in the past 10 have resulted to a loss for the away side, and that is to say that they are not the best side playing from away. And the last time they met saw SKen winning this side. That was a match this winning on that occasion from away by 3-0. And also putting all this together, we will expect the home side SKen, who have won 50% of the home matches, to have achieved a victory against the side who have managed to just win a single match in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. So it is the home side to win. That's our verdict for this very game. And that will take us to the next Kuchapu debate, the last for today. It is actually in a Swedish first division, where we have Djurgården who will be up against Djurgården. And Djurgården have won 4 out of the past 6 recent games that they had so far. They've had 2 losses as well. And Djurgården, on the other hand, their away side have won 3 games, 1 draw, as well as 2 losses in the past 6 recent encounters. And then taking a look at how these 2 teams perform from a one-away perspective, you can see that Djurgården, the home side, have actually been able to manage 7 victories from home games from the past 10 home games that they played so far, and have had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. That tells you that playing from home, Djurgården have won 70% of the home matches that they had so far in the center occasion. And the away side, Djurgården, have been able to manage 4 victories from away, but have lost 6 games out of the past 10 away games that they had so far. All right, and the last time both teams met was in May this year. We saw Djurgården on that occasion defeating Djurgården by 3-1. All right, and prior to that, we also saw Djurgården beating this side from away last year July by 1-0. But again, looking at the recent games for the away side, you could see that out of the 10 away games that they played out so far, about 8 out of those 10 away games resulted to an over 2.5, a loss of goals in those games. And as well, looking at Djurgården, Djurgården have actually seen a majority of the last 10 home games that they played out so far resulting in a high scoring encounter. So in this very game, we'll expect to see a minimum of 3 goals appearing in this very encounter. It is an over 2.5. That's our value for this very game, and that concludes our predictions for you today on Betkraft. And also, remember today is Sunday and we will always have our Sunday Millionaires game. For those of us who are using BetKing, you're in luck. And the Sunday Millionaires game will be in display right there. I always advocate that we all try it once in a week and see how it goes. You never know, you may win $1 million playing our Sunday Millionaires game. Alright, that being said, tomorrow is another day and we'll be coming up with our predictions on this very channel. But until then, keep winning.